Whoa, this is the Illusion reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. Just riding around the neighborhood. Everybody else is out and about doing the evening bike ride. The beautiful day here in sunny Southern California, I'll tell you that much. It was like hot. Be interesting. It's supposed to be like full heat wave out here for the spring heat wave for the next 5 or 6 days to the weekend. I don't know, man. We'll see how stay-at-home works during that. Jiminy crickets. But yeah, it was a good day. It's just such a trippy vibe, man. But everybody's out and about in the neighborhood, walking around, doing their thing, getting some exercise. I had a birthday party there. There's definitely a cool vibe going on in the midst of all this. It's definitely about keeping a positive mental attitude. I had a cool experience today. I did because I'm an alcoholic, I did a 12-step meeting that was via, I never used Zoom before. It was cool. It was international. It was a meeting that was started over in the United Kingdom, so it was evening over there, but it was very interesting because it was a complete international crew. There were people there from different spots in Europe and some in the US, and I don't know, it was pretty cool to make contact visually and see some people. Life still goes on, right? We still got to take care of ourselves and do self-care and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, I saw some smile. I got a couple chuckles today. And so, again, I'm like everyone else. I think there's a certain amount of fatigue with this whole situation because it's very, very much shadows on the cave wall. I mean, that allegory, I don't know if anything else could describe this situation better than Socrates' cave, man. And here we all are trying to interpret it. And if I stay in my own lane, if I stay in my own yard, metaphorically speaking, everything's fine. Everything's fine. And if I stay in my own neighborhood here, I do live in, you can tell if you're watching the background, it's full Leave It to Beaverville, and it's very much super mellow and, the American dream type stuff, right? So I feel very safe here, and, but I do know that that's sort of the God's blessings, right? God's blessings. I look at my vegetable garden starting to grow. The blueberries are starting to get ready. We had a couple strawberries we ate. Owl loves his fresh strawberries. And yeah, I was looking at something. There is a food crisis going on. There's a lot of people that are hungry. Look at here, just deserted streets. I haven't really done any of these kind of like cruising around videos. And I don't know really why. It's sort of my standard YouTube vibe. I think a lot of it just became like checking in with the people and going through this together. And I was sitting there and I was like, I just need to go for a bike ride. I gotta get out and just go ride around. But again, I know there's people that are really struggling out there in the out there on Spaceship Earth, and and how fortunate I am. Like, I really do just, and I don't mean it like in a boastful way. I mean it in like a truly humbling way. I was talking to my friend at the post office today, the gal from Detroit. I could tell, even though we had our masks on, I went in there and I was like, hey, what's going on, Shirley? And she was stoked. I knew her name, and we got to talking, and we were just talking about how there's no way out of this without a paradigm shift of just positive energy and love. And if we don't grab a hold of that, like, we are truly lost. I mean, I do hope that the people that are taking advantage of this space to have empathy, right? I know some very well-off people, and they have a sort of like, yeah, everything's rad perspective, and you can have that perspective because that's part of like creating your own reality. But I think there's an aspect of being aware that that's not the universal vibe, and that I feel for people, man. I really do. And there's like a very much a powerlessness about it, like I don't know what to do. Like, you know what I mean? It's very interesting. I don't. It is a. I think I've felt that since this began. Is like, as much as I have to take care of my own family, and then be part of a cul-de-sac, and then part of a neighborhood, and then part of a city, and the part of a county, and part blah blah blah, all the way up the food chain to be just another crew member on Spaceship Earth. It's a lot, man. I think emotional fatigue would be the way I would describe it. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just like, maybe this time in life truly gives us an experience to truly get in touch with, like, our experience here on Spaceship Earth. Oh, Popeye's Chicken's open. That's interesting. It's interesting how, like, again, like, here I am, I'm in this plaza right here, right? Like, look at all these places. Every one of these places is somebody's, like, way to make a living, way to make their way on Spaceship Earth. And, I feel that. And it's the thing is, I think I could be very much a person. I guess I can't be, but I guess what I would say is, maybe it's the sensitivity of being an aware human being is, I can't pretend that it's just me. I have to be, like, fully conscious about it all, and that's a lot, man. It's a lot of energy, dude. So here's the bike shop I've been I've been doing all my stuff at right there, the hub, supporting my local bike shop. And, right there. So, at least that guy's working, right? That guy right there in the blue car, he works at the bike shop. He's, you think about that, man, just the heaviness of it all, and just the fact that there's actually people that are promoting keeping all of this stuff closed. I mean, look at all of that. Keeping all of this stuff closed and being like, no, dude, just suck it up. Suck it up. Suck it up. I mean, I'm just grateful that we have savings, that we have been, God's blessed us, man. And, I'm looking, I don't know what else to really say about it. I'm just here riding my bike around in empty parking lots. Like, yeah, we do need to adjust it all. Like, this is our chance to adjust it all. But then, you start, like I said, I check out all sorts of alternative information, and you do worry about the supply chain and keeping this all going. It's such a balancing act. We're just part of it, but there's a level of decision making going on at the top, and that is just this balancing act. And again, I don't go into the... I don't know if you guys were listening to Andrew Cuomo's press conference the other day, how he was talking about how they can only test 20,000 people a day or a week. Let's say it's a day. I think it was 20,000 a day, and they were going to try to ramp up their testing ability to 40,000 people a week. And just do the math on that as some city of, tens of millions of people. And I can't get into the whole, like, this is part of some... I think this is just a total fiasco, run amok. I mean, I'll go with my theory. I think there was a preemptive strike so the exposure of the nonsense could happen for those of us who needed to be woken up to the truth about our society and about how fragile it is, and that, the folly of treating each other like we're anonymous. Like, there's no space for that anymore. And it's ironic because, like, I think, like, there's a part of me now that, like, I'm out I'm going to go into that market just to make a purchase, not really to make a purchase, but just to go check in with another human being that I don't know, and just be like, hey, what's your name? How you doing? What's going on? And just to get a vibe, because there is a vibe about this where there is a stoic, survivable, like, stiff upper lip about it. And I say that because that's the old, United Kingdom version of it, as a heritage to the British Isles, to the United Kingdom. They've been through some stuff, man. And the senior citizens of the UK are the product of World War II, and life started in chaos, and I guess is ending in chaos. And there's a stoic nature to it. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was at a Costco or something the other day, and there was just this little old lady. She had her mask. She wasn't worried about nothing, man. She had to have been 80, by herself, rolling up to the Costco, like, not sweating it. And I talked to her for a moment. I was like, she asked me where the line was and this. She wasn't worried about nothing. She wasn't worried about the woo, the coof. She was just carrying on. And there's just this vibe of carrying on that inspires me. And I guess talking to people from the other side of the globe today and seeing them carrying on, and they were in much more restrictive places. I mean, there was some people from Spain and stuff, and I don't even think they can leave their house to go for like a walk. You know, like it's very authoritarian there. And so, like I said, it's like an emotional overload as a feeling human being. And I think this might be our great wake-up call to feel, not have feelings, not constantly the voice inside of our head about like my feelings. I'm sad, I'm broke, I'm this, I'm happy, I'm glad, I'm going to make money, I'm going to be a star, I'm not going to be a star. Why is this happening to me? But I mean feeling the energy of human beings, and maybe feeling the energy of lack of human beings. Like, I think we forget that we are really bioelectrical units vibrating in electromagnetic frequencies, and a lot of that electromagnetic energy we receive is from other human beings, good, bad, indifferent, all of it. Like, and so here it is like, that's why I don't like the term social distancing. It's physical distancing. Like, I needed to socially connect with people around the world today, and it made me feel good. And I don't think I'll ever be like that hermit mindset again after this. If we ever make it out of this mess, I don't know, dude. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's a good day. It's a beautiful day. But it's not a day where I'm not aware of the depths of this reality that is vibrating on the planet now. Is I'm very fortunate. I'm very grateful for my just fortunate ability to manifest like a positive world. But I don't take it for granted, and I don't not feel for right over that way, probably 30 miles. There's a giant city, and there's food lines, and there's the LA County school districts like opening up their school cafeterias to feed anyone who needs to get a meal. Like, that's how crazy it's getting. They said that 1/2 of Los Angeles is without a job right now. 1/2 of Los Angeles County. That's crazy. And I mean, that's all these like cities. Again, I don't know who's sticking around in cities after this is all done. The back to the land movement, I think, is going to get into high stakes. And I think also like the spiritual revival, the God-based revival is so grateful I have God in my life. It almost brings me to tears right now, because those people I was talking to from around the globe today on that Zoom meeting, they all had God in their life. We're you know, and that's interesting, right? Because we're one or more gathered, there he is. And like, here we are, like, we need other human beings to be in God's energy like field, right? Like, you think about it, why they're trying to keep us all physically distant through this social distancing mindset. But there we were all present in this virtual space, vibrating an energetic state of understanding that making conscious contact with God was our primary purpose, besides helping each of us to achieve sobriety. But I don't know, man, life is a trip, dude. Life is a trip. And thank you for spending 19 minutes with me. And I'm gonna go in there and see if I can get some tonic water. All right, stay safe, stay strong. God bless you. We're going to get through this. Pray, relax. We just keep one day at a time, everybody. Just if you can do that one thing and stay in today, not tomorrow, today. Everything's fine right now. There is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Whatever your trip is, man, think about that one statement. There is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Now. All right, this is The Illusion. I love you all, and I feel your love. And that was a long send-off, wasn't it? All right, I gotta go. Bye.